everybody, it's me, Jill, and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 9, Calamity Jayne. This was a to be continued from last week, so we are picking up right where we left off. We are still at Garcelle's birthday party. Yay! People are still dancing. Go Rob. Erica is still drinking. Erica has a vice grip on poor Dorit. Like, she has been hanging all over Dorit all evening, and I'm starting to feel like someone needs to rescue her. Erica's like, "Where's my bartender? Where's my drink? Hey!" Again, she's got Dorit in a headlock. She whispers, I almost said, "Hey, Jude." Oh, boy. You're hilarious. And outside, we still have Sutton and Diana and Kyle, who is now reprimanding Sutton. Not Diana, not the declared villain, Sutton. Kyle says, "You can't just call somebody soulless, Sutton. She just lost a fucking baby." Yes, we know. A fact that she used as a weapon against Sutton. I don't like that. I don't like the way she said it. It was like, "I gave birth to a dead baby 12 weeks ago." Like, so there. Nobody should ever say that in that tone. By the way, I also don't think it was great that Kyle called it a f***ing baby. Not sure that was the most compassionate thing to say in front of Diana either. However, I will say, Diana has leaned forward and she's got this smirky smile on her face. She is loving the fact that Kyle is attacking Sutton. Sutton turns to, and she said, "I am so sorry that you lost your baby." And she leans over to touch her knee. Diana, "Don't touch." Sutton, "I'm just trying to reach out to you because I understand in a way. I lost 2 babies. I totally understand." Kyle, "You lost 2 babies? I never heard this before." Sutton, "I've had 2 miscarriages." Again, Kyle, "I never heard this before." And Sutton goes, "Well, I'm sorry, I did. It's a very personal thing." Kyle, "I'm sorry, I love you, but this sounds like bull." What? Okay, I need to calm down. You guys, I need to calm down right now. First of all, how long have Sutton and Kyle known each other? I think it was Rinna that actually brought Sutton on the show, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, does Sutton know every single personal thing about you, Kyle? And second, what kind of a soulless person tells her friend, or any woman really that just revealed that she had 2 miscarriages, that it sounds like bull? In the immortal words of Garcelle Beauvais, wow. Just wow. So now Sutton, who, is giving Kyle a major pass in my book, just says, "You're being very strange right now." Kyle, take it. Sutton just gave you a lifeline. She just gave you an opportunity to back the hell up. Kyle doubles down. "No, I'm not being strange. I'm being honest. So you're going to say you lost 2 babies?" I'm shaking. I'm horrified. I have never had a miscarriage. However, I know many people that have. I'm like livid. Diana honestly can't contain her glee. I mean, this is more than a smirky smile. I feel like this is an actual smile on her face right now. This from a woman who recently suffered through a miscarriage. So you know what they're like. Okay. Let's all take a cleansing breath and move on. Sutton, "I did." Kyle, "Just out of the blue you say that? We don't know that." We don't know that. Okay. Sutton says, "Well, I'm trying to reach out to her on a human level. Do you want me to be compassionate or not?" Diana, "You called me soulless, honey." Yeah, and you called yourself a villain. And you also questioned whether Sutton might be the devil. So, I don't think soulless is the worst thing going on right now. Kyle is accusing her friend of lying about having 2 miscarriages. Calling you soulless doesn't even make the top 10 in the horrible things that are happening right now. So Sutton goes, well, you looked me in the eyes and laughed when I was saying I'm sorry. Diana's kind of like, I see you. I see you. Sutton starts to cry. I don't blame her. Then if you think that this is fake, Diana just stares with that smirky smile. Sutton's like, this is me being real. Diana goes, okay, go ahead. And Sutton's like, so if you want to be a mother and make me fucking... Now Kyle interrupts. Stop! Sutton keeps trying to turn her body toward Diana, who is sitting on her left. And Kyle is like in a chair sort of to the right of Sutton. And Kyle wants Sutton to look at her. So she grabs Sutton's shoulder and turns her to say, don't talk to her like that, meaning Diana.
And make
Stop.
me real.
Excuse me, son. Don't talk like that to her. Don't talk like that to her.
She's asking me to be real.
Stop.
I didn't ask
Stop.
you.
Stop.
I didn't ask
Stop.
you. We have.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. Guys, I'm willing to concede that Kyle is probably pretty drunk right now. But tell me we aren't seeing the way she gets with her kids when she's really mad. Because that's how she's treating Sutton. Like a little girl who disobeyed. Okay, this is insane to me. Not only is she putting hands on Sutton forcefully, but she's reprimanding her for her behavior toward another adult woman. Not Kyle, somebody else. This actually has nothing to do with Kyle. And Kyle was not privy to the conversation that Sutton and Diana had before she got there, right? Kyle and Garcelle came right in the middle of the conversation. Kyle should have left when Garcelle left. But instead, she's there vehemently defending the self-proclaimed villain and manhandling her friend Sutton. Kyle goes on to tell Sutton to shut up. This all, by the way, while she's tightly gripping her arms. Oh, God. Kyle says, listen, she lost a baby. You did not.
Listen, she lost a baby. You did not. Maybe years ago. I don't know. This is recent.
She backs it up slightly. I mean, maybe years ago, but this was recent. And Diana, I'm sorry. If she's not loving every minute of this, then someone needs to tell her face. Because it's telling a different story. Sutton said, that's the meanest thing you've ever said to me in my whole life. Kyle, no. Sutton, she's looking at me like I'm the devil. Diana, are you? Nice. Sutton, no. Diana, I don't know. And Sutton goes, no, I would do anything to help. What is happening right now? Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing, Sutton. She's like, I would never in a million years. I am so sorry about what happened to you. And she touches her knee again. Oh my God, Sutton. Learn your lesson. Don't touch. Diana just goes, it's all good. Okay, it's all good. Diana just wants this to be over now. She's like, it takes time to get to know people. In her confessional, though, she said, I think that something is wrong with Sutton in general. Something is off. And until I figure it out, it's probably best not to poke me. Huh? Okay. So, yeah, Diana's laughing, saying, it's all good, it's all good. And then Sutton motions to, like, bring it in. Let's hug. I'm a hugger. To her credit, I guess, Diana just kind of, with arms down, just kind of leans forward so that Sutton can put her arms around her. Oh my God. In her confessional, Diana's like, blech, yeah, let's fake hug. Then Kyle's like, oh my God, I cannot with these two. As though it's like two crazy kids who really love each other, but they got in a spat and now they're hugging. No, Kyle. And by the way, I cannot with you. Honestly, I hope when she saw this episode, she called Sutton and apologized and thanked Sutton for not making it a bigger deal when she grabbed her. Because, you know, we have created entire seasons around smaller issues than this. So if Sutton's kind of brushing off the fact that you grabbed her by the shoulders and turned her toward you to yell at her. Hats off to Sutton. I'm sure that fits one of the many definitions of violate. So now Kyle goes inside to sit with the other ladies, and she's like, "Ugh, those two, I can't." And Garcelle said, "Is Sutton crying?" Kyle, "Always." No, Kyle, you don't think it might have something to do with the fact that she shared on TV for the first time that she had 2 miscarriages and you thought she was lying about it? Because, that would make me cry, especially if we're supposed to be friends. Anyway, so now Diana finds Asher and the two of them leave and, I don't know, head to a synagogue. And Sutton also leaves the party. And now I think most of the other ladies are kind of sitting together on those little couches. And Erica says to Garcelle, "Where's your hot son?" And Garcelle laughs and she goes, "He's over there." Erica, "You know why? Because I ain't got to lose." Dorit, who again, still in Erica's vice-like hug, she's like, "What? Oh, get Oliver out of here." Garcelle's laughing. Dorit knows better. She's like, "I need to get Oliver out of here, or you do." Garcelle, who still thinks it's funny, goes, "Oliver." And then she goes over to where Oliver is. And she's like, "They're going to eat you up." Not they, just Erica. Erica, "Oliver, you're hot. Get over here." Oliver's like, "Thank you." And then he's like, "Everybody's lit." No, again, just Erica. Maybe Kyle. Erica, Garcelle, your boy Oliver is hot." Then she leans back on the couch, and leg goes up in the air, and Garcelle goes, "What in the leg lift is happening over there?" So Oliver is, talking to them, and Erica goes, "Oliver, are you married or in a committed relationship?" And he said, "Yes, I am." Dorit, "He's married. He has 4 children." Although Dorit's voice is getting a little thin now because I think Erica may be pressing on her windpipe. Erica says, Oliver, have your baby mama contact me on my DMs." Oh, she's letting everybody slide into those DMs. Now I know why her attorney wants to vet those people first. So she goes, "Have her text me and we could do a 3-way. It'd just be me and you and her and Rob. Would you do it?" I don't care how many people you're having sex with at the same time, there's always room for Rob. Rob is the one requirement of any 3-way. Let's just say Rob puts the in Norfolk. Okay, so Erica, I guess there's a tipping point where the drunk Erica that I like, the one that says, "Diana getting stung by a jellyfish was not my intention." That's the sweet spot for me. The one that talks about, Georgia's gross national product. That's the very, very best of Erica. She may be 1 or 2 drinks over that now because now it's less fun, more belligerent. She passed that sweet spot, unfortunately. So now she's like, "Oliver, come on, be a man, sit down. We just want to bullshit with you for 5 seconds. So because he is a gentleman, he does sit down. And Erica's like, "Where's your mom?" And he goes, "I think she's over there." Erica, "We heard a lot about you." And he goes, "Did you? Good things?" Now Garcelle is there and she's like, "Honey, let's go." And he goes, "Oh, is it time?" "Yeah, it's time. Get out while you can." So Erica goes, "Sweetheart, I'm talking." Poor Oliver's like, because his mom's like, "Let's go." And he's trying to be polite to his mother's friend. He doesn't know what to do. What he does is he stands up and he kind of puts his hand out and said, "It was very nice meeting you." Erica, "Oh my God, he shut me down." But, doesn't deter her for long. She's like, I'm just saying, yeah, you know what I mean. Oliver's like, "Yeah. Yeah, we all know what you mean, sweetie, because you just told us you're interested in a 3-way with him and his wife and Rob." I think at this point, that goes without saying, right? So as Garcelle is leaving, Crystal said, "Oh, do you want to take the flowers home? There's beautiful flowers in a vase." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, okay." So Crystal goes back to the couch where the coffee table where the flowers are. And Garcelle's younger son Jax follows her to grab the flowers from her and bring them to his mom. So Crystal hands them to Jax, and Erica said, "What are you doing here?" And I couldn't hear him. He must have said, I'm just getting the flowers from my mom. And she goes, "Get the f out of here." Dorit's like, "Oh my God, don't." Jax is kind of wide-eyed. I'm not saying a 14-year-old boy never heard the F word or something. I'm just saying I said this last week, but Garcelle's kids are very well-mannered and polite, and they've been so gentlemanly to actually go around the room and greet their mother's friends and introduce themselves. I thought that was very nice. So while I'm not saying he's never heard that word before, I'm saying I'm sure that kid was shocked that one of his mother's guests would tell him to get the fuck out for no reason. Crystal puts her arm around him and leads him away, to where Garcelle is. And she's like, "Don't listen to these ladies." Excuse me, not ladies plural, just Erica. Poor Dorit has been manhandled by Erica all night, and she's still trying to defend people from her drunken remarks. So do not include Dorit in this, okay? She's doing her best. So Erica gives one last, "Get the fuck out of here before you get in trouble." Whatever. Disturbing. You'll find this interesting later, but in Dorit's confessional, she says, "Oh my God, oh my God. I know Erica is drunk and I know she's joking around, but that's Garcelle's son. He's 14 years old. I just feel sick to my stomach." Love that reaction, but just remember that that's what she said in her confessional, because it's going to come up a little later. Then Erica goes, "These women escorting these teenage boys out of here. Get out. Get out." Does she mean Crystal? I mean, these women escorting these teenage boys out. Whatever. Dorit goes, "He's getting the flowers for his mama." Now we see them over by Garcelle. And Jax tells Garcelle, "I just got violated for grabbing the flowers." And Garcelle said, "What? What do you mean?" He retells what happened. Garcelle, "Erica said that to you?" Oh no. Mama Bear goes back in, goes to the couches and said, "Erica, you hurt Jax's feelings. Don't talk to him like that." Erica, "What? You said get the fuck out of here? That's not okay." Erica, Jax, get over here." "No, you do not get to order people to come to you. Stop." Erica, "Garcelle, are you serious?" Jax, "Come here, babe." Garcelle's like, how many other family members is she going to go after tonight? First Oliver, now Jax. So they leave, and Erica whispers to Dorit, "She was pushing it." Dorit goes, "No." Side note, PK, where are you? Your wife has been in a hostage situation for half the party now. Rescue her. Hey guys, I want to take a quick minute to tell you about this book that was sent to me called The Curious Viewer, a miscellany of bingeable streaming TV shows from the past 20 years. This comes to us from the media brand Mental Floss, who also put out a couple of other books in this same vein. One was The Curious Reader, and the other was The Curious Film Buff. I imagine those work the same way this one does. This is a beautiful hardcover book. It has over 300 pages of illustrations and fun facts and inside information about your favorite shows. And they do lists of must-see TV shows dating back to the year 2000. It features things like the hardest role to cast on Game of Thrones, the DEA's involvement in Breaking Bad, the lost Blackish episode deemed too divisive for television, how Curb Your Enthusiasm saved a man from the death penalty, and much, much more. They asked me to review it, and my first thought is this is not the kind of book that you sit down and read cover to cover. Although you can, of course, but rather kind of, just enjoy it in delicious little bites. It's a bit small, I guess I would say, to consider it a coffee table book, but if this was on your coffee table during a party, I think it would be super fun to read aloud something like the top 5 shows that were saved by their fans, or 5 unforgettable TV cliffhangers. They've got the 10 most expensive TV series. It will probably not surprise you to know that Friends is on that list because the last season of Friends, each of the 6 main cast members were making over $1 million each per episode. So, yeah. What I loved about this book is I could learn about shows that I had never watched and kind of see what I might want to binge next. Anyway, it's a fun little book. It can be found on Amazon. I will leave a link to it in the description box below. You can also pre-order the FlexiBound book. I think that comes out in September 2022, and that retails for $19.99. You can also get it as a Kindle for $9.99, although I just think the best part of it is seeing the pictures and, I'm sort of a tactile person anyway, but to me, just like the fun illustrations is kind of part of it. It would make a great Christmas present. This is a great gift idea too. All right, Garcelle's party is finally over. Not a moment too soon. It is the next day or soon after, and we are joining Garcelle in her dressing room for the reel. She's with her glam team, and they're talking about her birthday party. RHOBH goes, "Oh my God, the dancing. Can we talk about Kyle?" Just mopping the floor, honey. And they start laughing. And Garcelle goes, "With her vagina." She talked about Erica also and how Erica needs to figure out her meds to cocktail ratio. I was just talking about that. There is a sweet spot. I'm kind of kidding because, of course, I don't want her doing anything dangerous or addictive or, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I wish she was this funny without that med alcohol cocktail, but she's not. RHOBH. I'm loving RHOBH, you guys. He goes, "Oh, she was drunk and we love to see it." And Garcelle goes, "We don't all love to see it." I mean, some of us do, though. I mean, look, RHOBH doesn't really know her. I know her even less. So it is fun. But just as a human being, I don't want her in danger. Okay, next we check in with Crystal at the Hollywood Dojo, and she is there with Rashad, who is her trainer. She's telling him about Dorit, and we get a little flashback that we had never seen before, where Crystal told Dorit, "I think you should take a self-defense class." And Dorit was all for it. She's like, "Yes, I would love to." So that's happening right now. Dorit's just walking in now. Oh, okay. So while they're stretching, she tells Crystal that PK is leaving for London that night. That's where he was when it happened. And I can imagine wow. This is probably the first time he's gone back since the break-in. Yeah, that would be tough. I don't know that I would stay home. Dorit's right. She's like, "I'm just going to have to get used to it because this is life now. I have to move past it." She wants to be strong for the kids who still don't know that anything happened, by the way. So, yeah, it's hard. Anyway, speaking of hard, she is going hard at this guy with her, throwing her elbows and her knees and stuff. She's like really into it, which, I think is good, probably cathartic. Next, we are at a dinner with Kyle and Sutton. They meet at a restaurant. They make small talk until the food arrives. And Kyle said, "I wanted to talk to you about Garcelle's birthday party." Now, Sutton, if I were Sutton, I would have just stayed quiet because I would like to hear what Kyle had to say. But Sutton, Sutton is Sutton, and she can't keep her mouth quiet sometimes. She goes, "Here's the thing. You came in halfway. I was talking with Diana one-on-one, and I didn't even get to the thing that I wanted to talk about. And you were quite harsh with me." So Kyle said, "Well, when I sat down, you guys were talking about the miscarriage. Let me apologize and be clear. I don't think you made that up. I don't think anybody would." Sutton goes, "Made that up?" Kyle, "I'm saying no. I'm saying I don't think you made it up. I don't think that." And when she says it, she kind of nudges Sutton's shoulder. Sutton goes, "Oh, good. You didn't think I did that." "'Cause I didn't." Sutton does say, "Don't push me." Kyle, "I'm not pushing you. Here's a general rule for you ladies. Don't touch each other, period. It's very rarely okay. And I'm sorry to have to say that because, I do think there's something therapeutic about a hug or, just squeezing someone's hand to let them know you empathize or something. But it just feels like in more trouble than it's worth. So just, everyone needs to keep their hands to themselves, except Rob. Poor Rob Minkoff. Rob can Norfolk with the best of them. Anyway, Kyle explains that it was a knee-jerk reaction because she's coming off Sutton having odd behavior right after Dorit's break-in. So now Kyle walks into the situation. Diana is talking about her miscarriage, and I guess she maybe was, on high alert, thinking that Sutton was going to downplay it in the way that she sort of, downplayed the break-in with, well, I'm sorry, I didn't have a gun to my head. In a very minor way, just in the corner of my mind, I can slightly understand Kyle. Slightly. I try to keep my mind open. I always want to know why somebody does something. And when something seems quite crazy to me, I'm usually not content with just going, oh, that person's crazy. I want to know. So I guess I'm open to the idea that there may have been a part of Kyle that was thinking, oh God, Sutton, don't do this again. This poor woman just lost a baby. And by poor woman, I mean villain. I'm here. Anyway, she's like, Diana was talking about her miscarriage, and you were like, I had 2 miscarriages, and I thought, well, that's convenient timing. The bottom line of this, though, is that Kyle inserted herself into a conversation or a disagreement that had nothing to do with Kyle. Plus, she didn't have all the facts because she came in the middle. So Sutton goes, I was relating to her on a very deep, visceral level, Kyle. And that's why I'm apologizing. Sutton goes, okay. And Kyle, oh my God, you're very hard to have a conversation with. Sutton goes, because you're trying to, Kyle, apologize. Oh, okay. It's just, that's a heartfelt apology, isn't it? One that's yelled at you. But Sutton's like, no, you didn't know what you were stepping into. She finally lets Kyle get her apology out, and she thanks her for it. She said, because you mean a lot to me. And Kyle said, you mean a lot to me too. Sutton, I'm a very, very loyal friend. Kyle's like, Diana doesn't know you yet, blah, blah, blah. Sutton said, I apologized right away, and I hugged her. Her like this, and now she's like hugging the bucket of ice that the wine is in, and they laugh. She's being silly. The next scene is in Kyle's kitchen with her and Mauricio. They're talking about Thanksgiving, and Kyle needs another turkey because there's 2 more in the family with Farrah's fiance and his mother. Mauricio goes, that's great, the more the merrier, and then there's going to be more and more when we start having grandkids, yada yada. Okay, now it is Thanksgiving Day, 2021. Garcelle and Crystal and their children are dishing out meals at a mission. I guess they've been doing it for years. I mean, not together, but that was kind of nice. They're serving meals. At Dorit's house, her parents are there with her and PK and her kids. Crystal has a huge gathering at her home with lots of family and friends. Kyle's house the same. And I guess it's also Kathy and Rick's anniversary because we see a cake there. And Teddy is there amongst all the celebration. Hi, I'm Teddy. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This party's really fun, Kyle. Okay, now that that's over, it is the next day, maybe, I don't know when it is, but we see Rinna arriving at Diana's house for a little chat. They talk about Thanksgiving, and also it was Eliana's first birthday, and also it was the first Thanksgiving without Lois. They talk about, how difficult that was for her. But she was happy to be in New York City for Harry's premiere of Hot Zone Anthrax. So Rinna goes, so how was Garcelle's party? Diana, the party was really fun and good, but Sutton, just did the Sutton thing. She makes these faces. So bed rest, huh? Shouldn't you be on bed rest? Diana is trying to say that Sutton was more suspicious rather than concerned when she asked, oh, aren't you supposed to be on bed rest? Like that was a challenge. which, was kind of a challenge. I mean, we were all suspicious, weren't we? Is she still bleeding? Why did Asher push her out of the house if she was still bleeding? Is Asher a rabbi? I mean, we all have questions, don't we? Is Rob in every threesome? Or is that just in the, Los Angeles County area? I don't know what county they're in. I love that I pretend I know anything about California. So Rinna goes, oh, I know that look. And we get a flashback to Harry Hamlin's birthday party and the whole Elton John charity argument. God, you guys, that seemed like a lifetime ago, didn't it? How can we just be on episode 9? So then Rinna does the Sutton look. And I gotta say, Rinna kind of nailed it. Diana goes, she called me soulless. And oh, you think that's bad? She also said I was a mother. Rinna, what? No. If you are a foreigner, right, you translate that to be, I f*** my mom. My poor Bosnian mom. God. Okay, I'm sorry. First of all, Diana, how long have you been here? Because you know a lot of expressions that I wouldn't think you would know. She uses a lot of expressions that I wouldn't think she would know. Don't act like you don't know what mother means. Also, side note, you guys, I have finally noticed the little lizard tongue licking thing that Diana does. It's a weird little, like she runs that tongue across her bottom lips. Side note, oh God, I have to go off on a tangent. If anybody is watching Peaky Blinders, my sister told me about it. I watched the first episode maybe a couple years ago, and I thought, what? Why is she recommending this to me? Did not like it. Stuck with it for some reason, probably because she and I have a similar taste and she loves things that I've recommended for her or vice versa. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep trying. So good. Peaky Blinders. Reason I bring this up right now is that Thomas Shelby, the main guy, played by the beautiful Cillian Murphy. That man is just beautiful and he has beautiful lips. But here's what he does. He smokes like constantly on screen. Smoking and drinking. Anyway, he has this little habit that he takes the cigarette out of the pack and he runs it between his lips, lights it, but he runs it across his lips every time. And that, however, I kind of like. Diana, not so much. Anyway, she tells Rinna that, Sutton basically tried to one-up her with the miscarriages, is what she's saying. She's like, it's just like I went into a gambling studio. Casino? And I put down 1 miscarriage, and she said, I raise you 2. Okay, well, that'd be 3 miscarriages, but, I get what she's saying. So Rinna goes, that's narcissistic. Yeah, that would be narcissism. Diana, I think she's even a grade up from that. I feel like whenever I am near her, she brings me down to her level. Rinna, that's not going to fly with me either. If I see that behavior, no, sir, I will not let that. I will not tolerate that. No. And Diana goes, no, well, next trip I can let them go commercial. I can do that for them. That's a good one. Flying commercial. I mean, as horrible as commercial flying is these days, I think I would rather. No, I wouldn't. I'm just kidding. I would love to try being on a private jet. Not super environmentally friendly, but also, probably fun. Okay, next we are at Kyle and Mauricio's house, and they are expecting Dorit and PK to come over for drinks. And, those two like double date a lot. They go on trips together and they're, they like each other a lot. And the guys like each other. So once they get there, the guys are at the bar fixing drinks. And Dorit and Kyle sit down to talk. they're talking about Dorit moving, and I don't know if Dorit had talked about maybe, wanting to move, or if she was just talking about it being hard to still be in that same house. But Kyle said that right after the break-in at her house, we get a little flashback to that because she talked about it at the reunion that year, that she kind of felt like she didn't want to go back in that house. But they had just bought that house, number one. Number two, it was a lot different. And Kyle said, not that it's anywhere near the same thing because they weren't home. But it still feels like, it's a violation of your personal space. It's really scary to come home and realize that a stranger has been in your house and rifling through stuff and stealing things. It's, your home should be your safe haven. So I get it. But anyway, they talked about that. And Kyle doesn't want Dorit to move because they live so near each other and she likes that and would miss her. Dorit said that she really doesn't want to move again. And she tells Kyle, "You are the biggest reason to keep me in this area." Kyle's like, "Oh." So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But now the guys join them. And PK says, "The last time I sat here was the night after the home invasion. I just got a weird vibe." And Kyle goes, "Deja vu?" And he said, "Yeah, it was real drama. And then you added to it by saying I was wearing leggings." And we see a flashback. I guess his pants were a little tight down by the ankle and stuff. So everyone cracks up. And then Kyle says, "Hey guys, did you miss it when Erica said to Garcelle's son, the 14-year-old, to go f*** off?" Dorit, "I know, I was there." Kyle, "I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny." No, it's just not funny. Mauricio, "I think it's great that she did that." What? Why? Maybe he was just kidding. I couldn't tell if he was being sarcastic. And Kyle goes, "Well, no, but I mean, I like seeing this more relaxed side of her." Mauricio, 100%. PK, 100%. Dorit, "I do too. And it's why I can give her a major pass. And of course, it's not my child." Exactly. Keyword being child. This whole conversation between these four adults is so nonsensical to me. You would think that there was something wrong with these four people, like that they would have some sort of mental deficiency. I'm sorry, you all love the relaxed Erica, but you must realize that relaxed means wasted, not super healthy for Erica. Again, I don't know her, but I do know that I shouldn't care more about her health than her actual friends do. What are you all talking about? You're supposed to be her friends. Even RHOBH and I, who think that drunk Erica is funny and entertaining and preferable to sober Erica, still don't want her to be mixing drugs and alcohol. And I don't even know her personally, but I shouldn't care more about her than her actual friends. And as far as thinking it's funny that she told Jax, a 14-year-old boy, to get the f*** out of here, you need to tell me in what universe would it be funny that your 50-year-old friend told a 14-year-old kid who was helping his mom to get the f*** out of there. Even Dorit, remember what I said earlier about Dorit's confessional and how, horrified she was then? Even Dorit now said she could give her a major pass because it wasn't her child. So what? This is more of a f*** you to Garcelle? Your kids don't matter as much as my kids do? Because I'm going to need that explained to me. It just keeps going on, you guys. Somehow Dorit and Kyle think that overserved, over-medicated Erica is just free and open and honest. PK, listen, she's entitled to a blowout, in my opinion. Kyle, exactly. Really? A blowout directed at a 14-year-old for no reason? She's entitled to that? I feel like my head is going to explode because all four of these adults in this room are in agreement. Not one of you can see the flaw in your thinking. every single one of you is on board? Come on, Dorit. You were on the right side of this at first. Isn't there a part of you that wants to say, well, yeah, everybody's entitled to have a blowout once in a while, but maybe not at someone else's child? PK, she told Garcelle's youngin' to fuck off, and she tried to bang the other one. That's a blowout. Let's move on. It's the next day, we're at Sutton's, and she has invited all the ladies over for a luncheon to see her new house. And she said, everybody's coming, even Diana. Okay. Of course, since this is Sutton's party, everything is perfect and beautiful and over the top. It has taken her 2 years to renovate her home, and she says she's still not done. Me, I want to live in this bathroom. That wall of windows curving around, oh, love it. Oh, okay, so Cherie is also invited to Sutton's luncheon. Cherie and her vagina. Now that they're on good terms. So Cherie shows up at Garcelle's house because I guess they're going to go together. And they sit down for a quick chat. Cherie brings up Garcelle's birthday party, and she said it was a lot of fun. And Garcelle said, yeah, there was also someone there crushing on Oliver. And like Cherie kind of goes silent, and Garcelle said, Erica. And Cherie goes, oh, yeah, oh, okay. I thought you meant me. Yeah, I mean, I think we all think Oliver's pretty cute, but Erica's the only one that actually ran the idea of a three-way by him. And Garcelle tells her what Erica said to Jax. And Cherie is shocked. Garcelle tells her that she told Erica that was not okay, but she didn't really want to have that conversation with Erica in that condition. What condition, Garcelle? You mean open and honest and free? Garcelle's like, I want her when she's sober and she can hear me. Cherie, and that's happening today? Garcelle, and that's happening today. Oh, boy. Oh, they start laughing. They also seem to understand that it is inappropriate to have a blowout at a 14-year-old child. So there's that. Okay, so back at Sutton's, the table setting, it is so elegant. It is so beautiful. And it is in the middle of a mud pit. It had rained recently. The grass is mucky and muddy all around the table. Sutton's like, I just have to embrace that not everything can be perfect. Okay, but I mean, don't make these ladies walk through your muddy lawn to sit at a table in the middle of all that mess. I'm shocked that I can't believe she didn't have a plan B, right? In case of rain or something, can't we just move everyone to the dining room? Even the patio, what about the patio? Can you put the table up on the patio so that it's out of the muck? Okay, so Lisa Rinna is the first to arrive, and she is dressed like a Bratz doll. What is the theme this year? I mean, I know last year was American in Paris. What is this year? Dress like your favorite childhood toy? Cherie and Garcelle are the next to arrive, and the four of them sit down to have a drink while they wait for the others. Garcelle says she's just going to stick with the champagne she got at the front door because she wants to be clear-headed for when she talks to Erica. Sutton, oh. Rinna doesn't say a word, but her eyes get real big. At least I think they do. It's hard to see past those Amelia Earhart, Charles Nelson Riley glasses that she wears all the time. Cut to Erica in the car, and she asks the driver to turn on some classical music. And he said, do you know what station? And she goes, is it XM? And he must have said no, because she goes, oh, okay, well, silence is good too. And then she goes, oh, I know, you could put on 103.5. They're playing Christmas carols. In her confessional, the producer says to Erica, so this is the first time you'll be seeing Sutton's house? Erica, oh, I'm not worried about the house. I'm worried about Garcelle. I'm worried about this Haitian mom that I offended. Well, we flash back to a hike that Erica and Crystal were on that we never saw before.
You told her son.
I think to shut the up. Yeah, it was like we were talking, and I was treating the teenagers like they were adults. They're 16, they're not babies. Let's
they're
not.
14.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Oh, well, I thought they were 16. That puts it in a whole new perspective. Thanks, Crystal.
Okay, Erica. I mean, even if they were adults, which they weren't, you weren't talking back and forth with Jax. She makes it sound like, there was a real back and forth. They were goofing around and now he's calling mommy, mommy, No. And I gotta tell you, that free and open, easy breezy new Erica has some real memory issues. Okay, so Crystal's next, then Dorit arrives. Dorit's drink, okay. They talked about this when they were over at Kyle and Mauricio's and the four of them was like the conversation from hell. PK talked about that when the two guys were at the bar getting the drinks for the ladies. And he said something about, I guess, the way Dorit likes her drink. And she asks for it again here. She wants a Belvedere on the rocks, I think, and 3 lemons squeezed really well, carcass out. And that's what PK was talking about. I never heard of that carcass. I never heard of it either, but that's gross. I hate that you're calling the lemon after the juice has been squeezed out of it a carcass. I don't know. I'm just imagining like vultures picking away at that lemon. Okay, so Erica arrives now, and it's awkward. I'm not gonna lie. She's trying to get near Garcelle. Maybe she thinks she'll apologize right away and get it over with. I don't know. She doesn't. She doesn't apologize, but she, says hello to everyone. Oh, and can I give you a hello? And they hug, and possibly Garcelle's a little nervous too, right? I mean, they're having a pleasant afternoon and no one really wants to start confronting. I mean, normal people don't, I don't think. After that conversation with Crystal when they were hiking and Crystal told her they were only 14, not 16, I think she should have called Garcelle right after that. She could have even said, I thought he was older. Not that that's an excuse, but, apologize. Don't let it hang until the next time you see her in person. Anyway, she's at the bar and she's like, just one for me. And then she kind of looks at Garcelle and she goes, I've learned that I can just have one. Garcelle goes, oh, okay, good. I agree with you. In her confessional, Garcelle said, hey, look, we've all had too many drinks at one time or another, but how you behave, that's who you really are. Free and honest. So Garcelle's like, who are we waiting for? Kyle? Diana's not coming. And Erica's like, oh, she's not. And Garcelle goes, no, she's sick. Bed rest, no doubt. She must have stopped bleeding, though, because otherwise Asher would be pushing her out the door. All right, so everyone moves to the kitchen. Sutton tells them to please don't look at her refrigerator because she's so embarrassed because, it looks like everybody's refrigerator. It's not a giant Sub-Zero monstrosity with, whatever. And there's like hors d'oeuvres there. And then Kyle arrives and it's time to head out to the table. The one that sits in the middle of the muddy muck. Well, I hate to say I told you so. And by hate, I of course mean love. But the ladies don't want to walk through the muck. Nobody wants to ruin their pants and their shoes. Plus, somebody said it's cold out here. So honestly, what are you doing having this luncheon outside in December? I mean, everyone came in like big fur coats and stuff. I mean, it just feels a little weird and like maybe Sutton is off her game. I don't know. Okay, well, Rinna doesn't want to ruin her Versace Bratz shoes. So she hasn't left the patio. I think she wants one of the waitstaff to carry her to the table, which to be fair, I mean, Rinna's only about 60 pounds, but it is 120 with the shoes. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I do think the shoes probably double her weight. I'm going to look those shoes up. Okay, they're $15.75. I didn't actually even see the red, so maybe that's like a special color. They were in like pink and black and blue, I think. Anyway, Sutton should have at least had booties for her guests, right? To just kind of slip over their shoes. Actually, it being Sutton, I'm surprised she didn't buy them all mink slippers. Although that would have been horrible in the mucky muck. She had some kind of fuzzy slipper on when she was setting the table up. And I was thinking, oh, girl, yuck. You can't hose those down? Okay. Now Rinna is negotiating with the staff to either get her flip-flops or rain boots. Because we're dealing with a swamp out there. I'm not gonna I'm not going to get my brat's shoes all dirty. Sutton is providing the ladies with heel covers, just those little tiny plastic things that go on like a stiletto so that their heels don't sink into the grass and mud. But, you know, those aren't going to help anybody. Sutton herself has a beautiful pair of shoes with like roses on the heels. I don't know what the brand is, but I'm sure they're expensive. She's out there. She is determined to have her luncheon at that muddy table. She will not be deterred from that. Okay, a few of the ladies are changing into sandals. I see Garcelle had grabbed a pair. Kyle says she's just going to deal with the mud later because, her shoes go with her whole outfit. Oh, okay. And now they are bringing out fur coats for the ladies who are chilly. Nice that Sutton has enough furs to go around. Okay, what is going on here? This does not feel like a Sutton Strack party. Now the main course is just salad? I mean, there is shrimp in it, but like everyone's like, oh, is there more food or is this it? Well, it has shrimp and apparently flowers because Kyle is choking on one now. And judging by the look on her face, not an edible flower. Was it the centerpiece that she started nibbling on? Oh, God. Sharia's like, is this all we get? You better be joking. And Sutton goes, well, there's also dessert. You get a whole thing of bread. All right. I mean, to be fair, most women in Beverly Hills don't eat. So Rinna goes, Dorit, how have you been? Dorit, I'm okay. I have certain challenges that I can't seem to overcome. And, I beat myself up about it. And Cherie said, what kind of challenges are you talking about? And she said, I can't drive. I can't be alone. I used to value my alone time. Yeah, I get that. I know exactly what she's talking about. Dorit says she hasn't even been able to take the kids to the park or want to go to the park with them. And Cherie's like, they'll be okay. It's a small moment in time. You have to take care of yourself. Kyle gives this look, and it looks like she doesn't believe Dorit or something. But I think maybe she's just still kind of sucking daisies out of her teeth. In Dorit's confessional, she said, I just hope this mama bear can continue to allow her kids to have a normal life, despite what their mother went through. They will. It's still really early. I mean, it takes time. Okay, so now Garcelle asks Sutton if she knew that Diana wasn't coming, because Sutton has made place cards for all the ladies, and there is a place setting for Diana with her name on a card. So Sutton said, no, she didn't tell me. Rinna, oh, she didn't tell you. I talked to her. And we get a flashback to Rinna getting ready to come to Sutton's and FaceTiming with Diana. She's like, are you coming? Diana's like, not a chance.
Oh, not a chance. I woke up, I thought I was going to die.
No.
My hands were foggy. That's the difference when the doctor puts you in a bed rest and when your body says, now I'm putting you in a bed rest.
Oh, yeah.
I woke up and I felt fuzzy. I was tired and bleeding. I couldn't walk. I went blind in my left eye. I broke a few ribs. I stubbed my toe. I broke a nail. You know how the doctors put you on bed rest, but you just ignore it and you go to a party anyway? Well, this time my body was putting me on bed rest. Also, I hate Sutton. So Garcelle says to Sutton, you know what I call that when somebody doesn't tell the hostess that they're not coming? Rude. Erica, I texted the host just to say I would be late. And Sutton goes, that's right, you did text me, and I appreciate that. Those two will be studying for the bar together in no time. Sutton goes on to say, I don't like passive-aggressive behavior. Rinna, oh, really? You could have fooled me. That's the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? You guys know that expression, right? I wonder if Diana does. Oh my God, Rinna. What, are you going to defend Diana in her absence, Rinna? Are you there to fight for her? Oh my God. Don't you have a flight to catch over the Bermuda Triangle? Is that how Amelia Earhart disappeared? Was it the Bermuda Triangle? I think so. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. All right, then Hollywood Square's called. They need you for the center square pronto. Sutton goes, I am never passive aggressive. I mean, I think we've all had our moments, right? I wouldn't say never. Rinna, oh, yes, you are. Sutton, no, I'm never passive aggressive. Rinna, did you call Diana soulless and a motherfucker? End of the episode. How's that for a cliffhanger ending? Yeah, crazy. I can't wait for next week, though. I just can't wait. And Garcelle never even got to confront Erica yet. Yeah, next week will be good. Okay, it's time to open the viewer mailbag, and I have a couple of short ones I'm going to read today. Well, this isn't really a question. Well, it is a question, but Sue P asked, are you going to do a house tour at some point? I love house tours. I love when my YouTubers that I watch move, or even if they haven't, if they are doing their house. I love, I don't know, the whole fly on the wall thing. I do love that. So it's not ready yet to be shown to anybody. But yeah, I mean, I could see doing that at some point if you guys are interested. So, yeah. Okay, Ann T asked me, who's your favorite housewife to impersonate? Oh, gosh. That's hard. I never used to have a good Teresa, but the Teresa one probably makes me laugh the most. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I just think it's fun to do her because, she's kind of dumb. But I don't think I'm good at that exactly. Oh, I will tell you this. I can tell you who my least favorite one to do is. Lisa Barlow. Salt Lake City, because that one wrecks my throat. She's got, that vocal fry, and she talks like that. I mean, it's not as bad as this, but I'm exaggerating it. But hi, baby gorgeous. But that one hurts after a while. It's fun. It just hurts, I also kind of like Meredith from Salt Lake City because, she's always got her head to the side. And she speaks like this. Everything's very important that she says. So that one's fun, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite. Some are harder to do than others for me, and I have to keep thinking saying a certain thing. Even with Dorit, I have to say, guys, I have to start with that word because it gets me into the Dorit headspace. Anyway, that didn't really answer your question, but I don't have an exact favorite. Okay, one more quick one is from Jocelyn Ford, and she asked about my logo, how I got that cute little logo of the little cartoon me with the glasses. Those are my glasses. I wear 99% of my life. I just don't wear them when I film. And it is my nephew. Well, it's my great nephew. But my nephew is a graphic artist, and he created that adorable little cartoon Jill for me. Yeah, he's just really good. And now he is an apprentice. Well, I don't know if he's still an apprentice. He might be just like a full-fledged tattoo artist. So I guess that means now I have to get that little cartoon Jill tattooed on my arm. No, I don't. I really don't. As always, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Click on the bell icon if you would like to get notifications every time I put a new video out. And I'm an Amazon affiliate. If you're ordering anything from Amazon, Amazon Prime days are the 13th and 14th of July, 12th and 13th. One of those. It's 2 days. Look it up. Don't miss out. Things are on sale. My commission is raised during the period of July 4th to July 24th. So, if you're ordering something anyway, please consider going through one of my links below. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.